Hello and good morning from Baghdad, the capital of Iraq. It's pretty hot out here. It's about 44 degrees right now. Although it doesn't feel like that. I don't remember the last time I've been in a place that's so hot. But it doesn't feel like it's 44 degrees. It feels like maybe 35, but I think at some point you just don't feel the difference anymore. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to explore Baghdad today. But my plan is now to go to the palace of Saddam Hussein. I don't know if it's even open. It is obviously not his palace anymore. He's not living anymore. As I told you before, he used to be the president of Iraq. That was eventually overthrown and executed by the American forces. And yeah, my plan is to see his palace. He had palaces in many cities in Iraq, and this was his palace in the capital of Iraq, in Baghdad. So I'll go there and I see what he has to offer, what is there to see, and then we'll stroll around. Maybe we'll go to other places in Baghdad. Yeah, so let's go. We have those tuk-tuks here. I think you see them all over the world now. Alright, so the taxi driver told me that due to the checkpoints, he cannot go there. So there's a lot of security checkpoints here. And the thing is, nobody knows anything. So nobody knows if it's open, if it's closed, or people don't want to say. I don't know. I don't really understand sometimes. What? So it was quite a special experience, to be honest. You saw my video cut off at some point. And yeah, I could not get to the palace. The thing is that it's not open for visitors. Apparently, some of the buildings are occupied now by the American university, but they don't really like people visiting it, I guess. That's why I could not visit it. I was asked by the military what I'm doing there and where I want to go. Then I was invited to the checkpoint. It's not that I could refuse the invitation, but they were very friendly. They were very friendly to me. They didn't do any harm, nothing bad. They treated me with respect. They gave me water. They gave me an apple. They just asked me where I want to go. And they even stopped the taxi to get me there, but no taxi wanted to go there. But it seemed to me that even the soldiers didn't know if you can go there or not. Like, people are just confused. I showed them the photos of the palace and they were kind of lost. Yeah. Anyway, I think there were two things. So first of all, they were concerned because I'm a foreigner there, walking around with a camera. Due to the situation in Iraq, it's much more safe now, obviously, than it used to be. But there is still terrorism going on and some other attacks. I mean, on that road where I was filming, one of the Iranian officials was killed by the US drone. So Americans killed the Iranian official and also some of the Iraqi officials, military officials. So of course, people are nervous. And the guy asked me, "You want a selfie? You want a selfie?" I said, "Yeah, no problem. Maybe I put it here somewhere, the selfie with a soldier." Because he said, "Yeah, let's do a selfie. Show me your YouTube. Show me your YouTube. I want to subscribe to your YouTube." I don't know if that's because they want to check who I am, like sort of identity, because they also asked me for my passport. I said, "I don't have a passport. It's at the hotel." They said some identity. I said, "I don't have any identity with me, no ID." Anyway, let's move on, explore further on other places. See ya. Alright, so we arrived at the amusement park. Right here, you have here the Ferry wheel. And yeah, different sort of attractions, but no people here. I assume that's because it's 44 degrees outside, so people don't go out until maybe 5, 6, 7. So I guess there'll be more going on at night, but for now, nothing going on here. No, as you see, it's all standing still. Yeah, I think that's the price. You pay 3,000 dinar, like $2 for this ride. I would like to ride it, but it seems to be closed. Marhaban. Speak English. English? No English. Okay. But they're closed. It's closed. What time open? Start?
هو مفتوح بلا بس لازم عدد
عدد.
اي لازم كثير يلا يفتح.
Okay, but today or no?
تيجي هنا.
Okay. Does it open?
لا، لا.
Okay, I type. Okay.
بخمسة.
خمسة. أربعة خمسة. Okay. شكرا. Understood. Okay, so they said that it starts at 4 to 5 because it's so hot out here. Yeah. So that's the thing in Iraq. Like nothing starts before 4 or 5. So you cannot really see so much before that. Yeah. Because you see they're still cleaning from the day before, I guess. But yeah, you can see the park. The empty park. By empty it looks a bit sad, to be honest. Yeah, by the way, the soldier, he was really nice, I have to say that. He was showing me the photos of his kids on the phone. He showed me the photos from the wartime, where he's on a tank and all that. I think he's proud of that, clearly. And I asked him if he was fighting ISIS, and he said yes. So it was very interesting to meet someone like that. Yeah, and the way they treat you. I mean, obviously they are concerned, but on the other hand, I think that's it's a bit complicated because on one hand they have a culture where they greet visitors with a lot of hospitality, you know, so that's a big thing here. But on the other hand, they're also concerned. They don't want you to do anything bad here. They don't know who you are, but they still try to treat you with respect, with the hospitality, but a bit careful, you know. Yeah, but he was showing me his photos on the phone. And he promised to subscribe to my channel, by the way. So if he's seen that, hello, salam, marhaban. So we've arrived to the Saving Iraqi Culture Monument. It's right there. There is the monument of a man holding a pillar with some writings on it. It signifies how Iraqi people, amid all the struggles and the wars and the conflict that they had here, they try to maintain their sovereignty, peace. They understand that they have a common destiny here as Iraqis, whether Shia or Sunni or Kurd or Christian, wherever you are, you're still Iraqi, and they try to find a common ground, protecting the Iraqi culture. Here I got a bit closer to the monument. You see that the writing is not even in Arabic. I wish I knew which language it is. You let me know, the experts out there, because I have no idea at all. And yeah, the column is the pillar is about to fall, and there is a man with 5 hands holding it. I mean, definitely 5 hands symbolize something, but I have no idea. So there must be some symbolism in this. But I must say the condition is not perfect. There's a lot of trash here, and graffiti is also on the monument. Yeah, but I guess that's how it is. Anyway, Iraqis maintain their culture no matter what. So here we are at the Al-Ghazil Bazaar, one of the most famous markets in Baghdad, and here it's specialized in selling pets. So you have different kind of birds and stuff. You have pigeons here, you have parrots here. I was also told that there are dogs and cats here. I don't know, we'll see. There are ducks here. So a lot of pigeons, definitely. I think it must be very popular here to have pigeons as pets in Iraq. Maybe it doesn't correspond to our idea of how pets are treated, but I guess it's just different culture, right? That's just how they do it. Those ones, also pigeons, smaller ones. You see, there's food for the pigeons over there also. And there are smaller birds. I don't know what kind of birds those are. Yeah, parrots, I guess, due to their color. I can tell that. But it looks a bit empty, to be honest. I don't know what time it opens, what time it closes, but maybe it's not. Okay, the cats here, the dogs here. It looks quite intense. Sorry. It looks quite intense, to be honest. We have the mosque here. a mosque on one side, and then you have the church on the other side. I'll see if I can get into any of them. Let's see if they're open. But the mosque appears to be closed. Yeah, you can tell by the gate. It's here, but it's closed. So we cannot go inside. I think also there's some construction works going on, but it appears to be an old mosque. Let me tell you something about this mosque. Yeah, so it's one of the oldest mosques of Baghdad. It's been built, well, according to Google, 1,200 years ago. Anyway, yeah, it's an old mosque right here for you. And on the other hand, on the other side of the street, we have the church. So let's go there and check it out. So this one is called the Caliph's Mosque. Yeah, but as you can tell, it's all locked. Maybe due to the construction, maybe due to the time. I mean, today's Friday, so that's one of the main prayers that take place at 7 p.m. or about that at the sunset. I think it depends on the time of the year. So maybe it opens at night. Here you have the streets. Yeah, and the church is also closed. The church is closed and it's about 400 years old. Alright guys, let's cross the street where there's shadow. I mean, it's super hot here, 44 degrees right now. I'm going to the street where the books are being sold. It's like a street where you can buy books. Yeah, here you cannot buy books now. I'm going there, I hope it's open. I think it's more busy at night. Maybe I'll find some cafe or something to take a sit, because it's a bit too much of a hit for me at the moment. And I need to wait anyway till everything opens. I think this is still a part of the market, sort of. We have the shops here. Kebab, obviously, as always. We have here the shops where they sell flowers, flower shop. We have here clothes for kids. Bottles, or maybe perfume, I don't know. I think perfume. And people take out shishas like this outside. I mean, they just carry them with them and they smoke them at parks, on the streets, outside of the markets, shops, you know, just to take a break, you know. I have one observation that I want to mention. I mean, Iraq is a country with different religions, well, mostly Islam, but within Islam you have Sunni and you have Shia. And I noticed that I mostly see the religious signs of the Shia here. I think, as far as I know, what I was told, Shia gained power after Hussein was overthrown by the US. So he was Sunni, Saddam Hussein was Sunni, and an Arab nationalist. And he didn't get along very well with the Shia people. And I think what happened is that the society has turned over after Hussein is gone. So you have the photos of the fallen Iranian generals. Iran is backing the Shia troops in Iraq. Well, let's go to the street, to the book street. I don't think it's open at the moment. I don't think there is a lot going on there. Well, let's see. This is the entrance to the street. We have some books here, some shops also. So it's famous for the bookshops, this street, right? Coffee. chess. I think it's chess. Maybe it's not chess. No, it is chess. Okay, there's different books. That's Mein Kampf right there. All sorts of books. All in Arabic.
إننا نتعفى الرابع عندك؟ إننا نتعفى الرابع عندك؟
Let's see how Mein Kampf looks like in Arabic.
مال تنتهي مال كان مسلم
ليش؟
ايه موجوده
Some anime stuff.
حتى هي
Manga in Arabic. It's interesting.
حلاوي ما تكتب؟
All sorts of stuff. It's all in Arabic. Some politicians or historians. Kids, books for kids. Mein Kampf again. There's something that Hussein there. I don't know what exactly it is. Some religious stuff also. Different kind of stuff. Oh, there are some books in English also. It's all mixed. I mean, it's everything, right? Some psychological, some self-improvement stuff, like 6 pillars of self-esteem. Then you have Haruki Murakami. You have the book How to Lose Weight. So a lot of variety. I think we need to go out to the city later on. So I'll go back to the hotel right now because it seems to me that there is not much going on. There should be more going on at night. See ya. So it's night, it's 8 p.m. and I'm going to the mosque now. That was recommended to see. It's a beautiful one. The sun has gone down, so it's a bit cooler now, and people are outside on the streets, as you see. Alright guys, we arrived to the area that is called Khadimia. It's a Shia area of Baghdad, quite a religious place, and right in front of us we have the mosque. So if you walk further on, you'll see the mosque, which we will approach in about 1 kilometer. And there are many markets, clothes being sold here and stuff. So I'm quite excited about this place. I heard that it's quite a special place for the Shia Muslims here in Iraq and in general. And there were many checkpoints. I think we passed, when I was going by taxi, we passed through 4 checkpoints or so. And then when I was walking inside, they also checked me, kind of. They take care of the security here a lot. Also, the taxi driver told me that here, the food and the coffee, there are certain places where they give food, tea, coffee and stuff for free. I mean, due to the religious reasons, I believe. Yeah, so it's kind of like a Shia community here, you know. You have here shops for the kids clothes, different, all sorts of stuff. You have food, drinks. I also have to say that this security is for a certain reason also, because they had 3 explosions at the checkpoints here. So it's not super safe. I mean, it's safer now than it used to be, but from time to time the terrorists, they do their stuff here. We have a lot of food places you see here, the honey and stuff. Everything basically. Yeah, people are wearing black, as you see. It's a traditional Shia color, black. I'm wearing white here, but nobody really cares. I mean, there are people wearing white also, so it's not a problem, not at all. Yes, but you can tell that the women are covered. I don't see any woman that is uncovered actually. I mean, so far, maybe there are some, but I think because it's a religious place, they don't like that. Yes, I assume so. And clothes, a lot of clothes. All the food, bread, here, different kind of bread. Yes. Alright, I need to find my way. As you can see here, it's very crowded and loud, but I'm getting there. I don't know how much more time it will take me to get to the mosque, but it's I'm getting closer. So we arrived here at the main square. That's the entrance to the mosque. But in order to go inside, you need to deposit your phone and your camera. So I'm not sure if I want to do that. I mean, I'll check out what's here outside also. Just take a look at how many people there are. Crazy. Alright, so the story is I was stopped by the security there. I think there was security because they had the green things on their clothes, and I was told I can't film. I said, are you the police or what's going on? They told me, no police. Are you American? I said, no, I'm a Russian. And they became a bit more friendly at this point, but it was still not the kind of experience you want to have. I mean, they were just very, very suspicious, I would say. So I said, then I will just leave, because it doesn't make any sense that I have to leave, because if I cannot film, it doesn't make any sense that I stay there, you know? So I just left. I tried getting a taxi, and the taxi driver wanted $50 to get to the city, although it costs about 10 in reality. So I'm just walking outside because you don't get good prices here, because taxi drivers, they try to use your position here that you are foreigner, lost here. GPS doesn't work here, by the way. They block GPS. Yeah. Alright guys, I made it out of there with the help of a soldier. It was quite an adventure, because I went one way to take a taxi, because the other guy here, he wanted $50 for a taxi. So I decided I will just go out first, exit the area. And well, it turned out that the road I chose, it was under construction, so you cannot go from there. So what I did, I approached the soldier and I told him that I want a taxi, and he said okay, no problem. He took a motorbike and I took a ride with him for about like 5 or 10 minutes on his motorbike with a soldier. Yeah. The soldiers are very, very friendly here, actually. I mean, I've had several interactions with them today, and they were positive. Security, the Shia security there at the mosque, yeah, they were not cool in my opinion, but it's not my religion, not my place. I say if I'm not welcome there, I'll just go, you know. That's how I see it. That's it. I mean, it's not ready for the tourists, that's for sure. Even if they have the very best intentions, it doesn't really matter. I guess that's how it is. I'll just wait for a taxi now. I just ordered it on my app. I'm waiting for a taxi. Yeah, it was quite an intense day. I think I understood a bit better how Baghdad works. It's not Morocco, it's not Lebanon even, it's not Tunisia. It's much more intense. Yeah, so you have to take it into consideration if you want to come here. I wouldn't recommend going to those religious events, because people don't take it easy there. Also not ready for tourism in my opinion. No. Alright, I'm back at the hotel and I got some Iran on the way, or Duk, as they call it in Persian also. I don't know what they call them in Arabic countries actually. I calmed down a bit. I suggest that I don't recommend you to go to the religious events unless you know all the rules that apply there. I mean, here in Iraq, I'm sure, because in other countries you can do it normally. In most of the countries of the world, you can do it. Here in Iraq, it's a very religious country, okay? That's how it is. I mean, okay, if people want to live like that, but it's not welcoming to visitors, definitely, those events, you know? But people overall, there are also good people, friendly people here, and the taxi driver, He also offered me food. He said, let's go, I want to invite you for food. I said, no, I'm good, thank you, because I just wanted to get back to the hotel and order some food and relax here under the aircon. I didn't want to be outside anymore, you know. Yeah, that's how it is sometimes, no? And it's okay, it's experience. That's how I call it. It's an experience. I'm still alive, and we'll keep on traveling and exploring the world, because that's what makes it fun. If you like the video, give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button in order not to miss any of the new videos, and I'll keep you updated on my next travels. See ya.